3 million dog bites per year. 85% of attacks occurred in a public right-of-way. 22% of the attacks occurred by a repeat offender dog. Enforce assistance dog protection laws. How to respond to guide or service dog attacks.
I am Sheila Styron, president of Guide Dog Users Incorporated, GDUI, the world's largest organization of visually impaired people partnered with guide dogs. As a vocalist and composer who has experienced every aspect of my life through the eyes of 4 guide dogs during the past 34 years, I cannot overemphasize how essential these relationships are to my independence and overall ability to live my life. There is a serious and often under-addressed national epidemic of pet dog attacks on working assistance dog teams, which includes guide, hearing, and service dogs. We hope the information presented here will assist you in enforcing laws that protect working teams and inspire you to effect changes which will make travel safer for disabled individuals partnered with assistance dogs.
Greetings, I am Emily Simone. I am a California licensed guide dog instructor and certified orientation and mobility specialist. I am currently a senior field manager with Guide Dogs for the Blind Incorporated in San Rafael, California. My job is to support guide dog teams in the field that have graduated from our program. I've dealt directly with numerous pet dog attacks on our clients and their dogs and have personally witnessed the devastating effects of these vicious and preventable attacks. We thank you sincerely for your time and willingness to learn about this critical issue.
According to the Dog Bite Law website, there are almost 5 million dog bites per year. About 800,000 victims per year require medical treatment. 1,000 dog bite victims per day are seen in hospital emergency rooms. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association's A Community Approach to Dog Bite Prevention, the insurance industry estimates it pays more than $1 billion annually in homeowners' liability claims resulting from dog bites. Hospital expenses for dog bite-related emergency visits are estimated at $204.4 million.
Hello, I'm Bill Fagerbacke, and I'm here to speak to you about a very serious problem faced by guide dogs and their handlers. The 2003 Guide Dog Users Incorporated Dog Attack Survey revealed that 42% of all guide dog teams experienced at least one attack, and 89% experienced interference from loose or uncontrolled dogs. Findings also show that nearly 85% of attacks occur on a public right-of-way. Now, these unlawful and dangerous attacks have resulted in serious injury and even death. Guide dogs are bred to be gentle and are therefore highly unlikely to defend themselves when attacked. Guide dogs fortunate enough to recover from their wounds are sometimes so traumatized that they have to retire long before their time. If you yourself have ever been the victim of a dog attack, you know how frightening it can be. However disconcerting it is to hear a dog attack taking place while unable to see what is actually happening, the reality is many times worse for blind and visually impaired guide dog handlers.
My former guide dog, Nissan, was viciously attacked by a pit bull and ended up with serious puncture wounds to the chest. Although he recovered from his physical wounds, Nissan had to be retired as the result of his emotional trauma. The police weren't very helpful, and I was begging them to help my guide. They did nothing. I'm sorry. They did nothing. I didn't even know if my dog was going to die.
Imagine all the difficulties blind handlers and their guides experience when attempting to rebuild confidence after being attacked.
We were out for our regular couple of mile walk we try and get in every day, and we were on Main Street, Santa Ana Orange city limit, on the sidewalk when I saw this blurry vision of the man in running shorts with the big dog on a long leash coming toward Novella and I. The man and his dog jogged past. I heard Novella yelp in pain, and I heard the man holler at his dog to come on. I could hear them take off running. It was like a hit and run. Novella was really bleeding a lot. I didn't realize it at the time, but her ear was shredded up real good.
It costs from $25,000 to $65,000 and takes from 4 to 6 months to turn an adolescent dog into a well-trained, responsible guide. The blind or visually impaired person then trains with the dog for a full month. When a guide is killed or has to retire early due to injuries resulting from a dog attack, additional time and resources are required to retrain with a successor guide dog. Blind and visually impaired handlers depend on guide dogs to get them safely to their destinations, and the two working together as a team are inseparable. When a guide dog is attacked or interfered with in any way, blind handlers are deprived of their ability to travel safely.
Sometimes as we're walking, I know there's a dog approaching because my guide dog's gait changes. And oftentimes, it's just a furry little dog that wants to play. But my reaction is the same. The adrenaline hits my system, the hair on the back of my neck tingles, my knees become shaky, and I have to remind myself to breathe and to maintain my wits. The last attack occurred on my normal route to work. I knew exactly who the dog was. I knew the dog's name. I knew the address of the dog because it had been a recurring problem, but that dog had never injured Winnie. This time it did. I called the police department 9 days later, and they hadn't even assigned an officer to look into it yet.
As of 2010, 36 states have enacted laws to protect guide dog handlers and their dogs from attack and harassment by errant dogs and people. The irresponsible dog owner can be held financially liable for the actions of their unsupervised pets and may be accountable for the replacement costs of thousands of dollars for the guide dog. State service animal protection laws are not the only tools that law enforcement agents may use to protect a guide dog team. It is strongly encouraged that officers utilize any local city or county municipal code, including vicious dog ordinances or leash laws. Timely action by the police would not only provide greater protection for the guide dog team, but may also be more likely to result in corroborating evidence from sighted witnesses who can report observations and descriptions that the blind person may not be able to report. Please visit www.guidedogs.com for a complete list of U.S. individual state guide dog protection laws.
Sergeant William Herndon and Officer John Denny make up the entire San Francisco Vicious and Dangerous Dog Unit. Experts in our field highly recommend that law enforcement agencies across the United States make a concerted effort to implement a similar response model in their local jurisdictions to more effectively address all dog attack incidents.